So hello. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So we have heard about the overturn of Roe versus Wade. All right. We've already heard about that. Now, as I made in a previous video where I'm talking about Clarence Thomas and how he is saying essentially that same-sex marriages, sex with the same sex, having sex and birth control and other kind of contraceptives for married or couples should all be on the table as well. All right, so here is the problem. You're attacking other people, and this has always been something for me. I'm okay with you having a differing opinion. I don't think that everyone needs to think the exact same way. Okay, whatever your reasons are for whatever you think, you can't expect everyone to think the exact same way. And because I know everyone wants that to happen, everyone wants everyone to think the exact same way, but then you have different religions that don't teach the exact same way. So you can't think that, okay, everyone's being taught something different, but everyone's going to think the exact same. That can't be for me. You have different people who have different upbringings, different people in different areas. So I don't think, and I don't expect anyone to think the exact same. With that being said, you don't have to agree with other people's, lifestyle choices. Whatever they do in their bedroom, whatever they do in their home, that's perfectly fine. I don't expect that. But what I do expect is that you put your biases to the side on things that don't concern you. All right. And these things in particular, same-sex marriage, how is that concerning you? Because you don't want to see a woman and a woman together, or a man and a man together. I don't really understand how that concerns you. Why is that your problem? Abortions, why is that your problem? Why does that concern you? Why are you bothered by that? You can't have kids, and I'm sure you and your wife, which we're going to get to that in a little bit, I'm sure you and your wife are not going to have kids anymore, or if you even did have kids. I don't see how that bothers you. I don't see what, someone using a condom or birth control or whatever. I don't get how that bothers you. How is that fine? You don't agree with it? You don't like it? Cool. But why do you want to take or implement your own feelings and thoughts and opinions onto other people and take away their rights? That's the problem that I have. But I was doing a little bit of looking. And what I found to be interesting was how Clarence Thomas, who is married to a white woman, just so happened to, I guess it just slipped his mind about the, whole thing with interracial relationships. You're married to a white woman, but you don't put that on the table at all. You want to talk, and there was another representative who talked about segregation and how that should be brought back. That's a whole nother different story. So we have ideas being floated around. All right. Segregation being brought back. If that was the case, Clarence would be out of his position. Okay. Same sex, not having same sex marriage, stuff like that is being brought up, but not interracial relationships. I wonder. So I have a little article, and it talks of, Sammy Jackson calls him out on the BS, essentially. So it says, Samuel L. Jackson calls out Clarence Thomas for leaving interracial marriages off the list of targets. All right. Sammy Jackson is weighing in on the fallout around the Supreme Court's last ruling. All right. It said that Sammy Jackson called out, and I love calling him Sammy Jackson, y'all. He called out Justice Clarence Thomas after Thomas suggested that the court should reconsider other key decisions. All right. So he said, how's Uncle Clarence feeling about overturning Loving versus Virginia? That's a good question. You don't want interracial marriages, you don't want same-sex marriages. You don't want contraceptives being used. You don't want this. You don't want that. No abortions. But we can't talk about interracial relationships. We can't talk about interracial marriages because that's what you have. Do you not? You're married to a white woman. That is what you have. his whole thing, he is a complete hypocrite. 100% a complete hypocrite. How is it okay for you to have something, but then someone else can't have it? Why is it okay for you to just put your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions onto somebody else? But if they want to put that onto you, then you're like, oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. And the thing about it, it's not like they're invading your space or anything like that. Whatever. Y'all know. All right. It's not like they're doing anything like that. Two people are just getting married. Two men are just getting married. Two women are just getting married. One happens to be black. One happens to be white, just like you. So how is that a problem? Why is that a problem? How is that a problem for that, but not for this? You see, and it just shows that these people, they go by whatever they feel like going by. There's agendas with all of this. You know, just because, and this is another thing, this even goes to Obama, y'all. I know. It even goes to Obama. Just because the person is black, y'all, does not mean they're for you. What's that saying? Not all skin folk is kinfolk. Just because they look like you does not mean they are for you. Same with Kamala Harris.
I would not be standing here were it not for the education I received. And I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my reelection.
Locking up parents is funny. That's funny. That's fun. To now either put the parent in jail, put them into financial harm, financial burden. That's fun to you. Oh man, locking up black people. That's funny to you. Okay. All right. You had Obama, who did literally nothing for anyone. Did literally nothing. And people are like, but he was the greatest. Well, why? Because he's black. Yeah, people came out in droves to go and vote for him because he promised hope and change. All right. Yes. And a lot of people fell for it. Hey, I did too. I'm like, yeah, Obama. He's black. He looks like me, and, he promised hope and change and delivered none of that. Literally delivered nothing at all. All right. And it's like, just because they look like you doesn't mean they're going to do anything for you. This guy is Thomas. He's the most conservative, I will argue. His wife as well. Oh my goodness. These people are terrible people. These people are horrible people, you guys. Just because they look like you don't mean anything. These people are bad. And all they're going to do is keep impeding on more of your rights, more of things that should have been established. Yo, you cannot overturn this right here. You cannot do that. All right. Which Obama could have helped with, and he did not. This is the problem that we have. We're putting all our faith into these Democrats that promise, yeah, I'm a $15 minimum wage. I'll make sure you get this. I'll make sure that does not ever get overturned. I'll make sure that you get universal health care. I'll make sure you get that. I'm gonna make sure I don't do a god dang thing, y'all. Why keep choosing? Why keep voting for these people that aren't helping you? That's like this crazy, like abusive cycle that's going on, and it's just so crazy how people are constantly going. Now you may say, well, Alex, there's only Democrat and Republican. What else am I supposed to do? Oh man, what is that thing called? I think there's like a People's Party, a third party that you could vote for. And yes, I get it. Our elections are rigged. They're crazy. Okay. Just looking at the fact that we have the Electoral College, which I personally don't agree with. We shouldn't have that. All right. As we seen with the whole Clinton and Trump situation, that presidency, the election, we seen what happened. All right. Now, yes, we should not have the Electoral College, but at the same time, There's so many things that are wrong. But yes, don't just be like, okay, well, the lesser of two evil. Not just go to the third one. Go to the third option. Go to the third option. But nobody wants to go to the third option because you're like, well, Republican, they for the white man, and if you're one of those people, I'm gonna go to them because they're for the white people and they're for the rich white people, y'all. Same with Democrats. Rich white male. All right. Anything else, if you happen to fall into that category by maybe you're off by 1 point, fine, you could be in there. But this ain't for y'all, yo. This is a class issue that we have. It's definitely not a racial thing that's going on in terms of how we're struggling. That's what I'm referring to, So yes, we need to, form together in more numbers and not be so divided on all this other stuff that does not matter, y'all. It's a lot of things that, and I get, people like to try to like shield themselves from the hurt or the reality of what's going on, but constantly putting on blinders is not going to fix the situation. Constantly putting on blinders is not going to make anything better. It's not going to change the outcome. We do need to, start banding together a little bit. And I have seen, with some of these protests that have been happening, a lot of people are really getting out there. They're doing the marching, they got all the stuff, they got the signs, and they're really out there. They're like, yo, we're not doing this. You're not going to take away my rights. So I really like what it is that I've been seeing with all of this. But I just feel like we need to be doing a little bit more. I feel like these quote unquote progressives, I just feel like they need to use their platform, AOC, people like that, go and use your platform. What do you have all those followers for? And you're not going to get anyone organized. What's the point? If you're not going to get anyone organized, why do you even have followers? I mean, what's the whole point? What's the point? Well, Alex, they're a politician, obviously, but why do you have all those people following you if you're not going to do anything? I don't get it. I mean, what's the point? I mean, what am I supposed to be watching you do? You saying how, man, that sucks, but it's my job to make it not suck, but I ain't gonna do it. Yeah, bye. Oh, what the heck? Why are you even there? So it's stuff like that that really bothers me. And I just feel like if we can like put to the side all this other stuff that really does not matter, and I get y'all may be like, oh, but it matters to me. There's bigger issues, y'all. All right. Whether you want to be called he, she, they, whatever, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? We have people dying in schools, y'all. We have the insane amount of gun violence. We have people overdosing. We have people dying because they can't get medical care. We have people dying because they can't afford the medical care. Okay. We have so many other issues that, in my opinion, are so much more important. You got people fighting over Star Wars, y'all. Come on. We got bigger things that are at hand. I'm not saying that, oh, well, one person has to get out there. Just educate yourself. That's all I'm saying. Of what I'm trying to do, I'm slowly getting into politics and seeing what is going on out here in the world that I was not like, years ago, a couple years ago. I was not like this. I wasn't looking because I didn't care. But it's come to a point where we have to start caring. It has come to a point where we have to stop playing around and we need to seriously start doing our research, getting to, band with certain people with like minds, fine. If you can't change the person's mind, keep it moving, but let's try to, come to some kind of conclusion. Let's try to come to something so that we can take on this 1% that we have. So we could take on these rich people that don't care, because all they're going to do is keep taking away more and more and more of our rights, poisoning our water, making sure that, during COVID, we didn't get any kind of relief, up in the mortgage rates, the gas prices, all of this stuff. I just feel like we need to put aside some of the other things that are, minuscule really, and focus on these bigger ticket items like this, this being overturned. Who's to say, you're complaining, well, they didn't call me they, and this person didn't call me it, this person didn't call me he. They're going to start attacking. As Clarence said, we're going after same-sex marriage. So which one's more important? Pronouns or you not being able to get married, or you may not be able to have sex, whatever that's supposed to mean, or you may not be able to to get contraceptives or anything like that. They're going to start attacking bigger things, and that's what they want you to do. They want everyone to be divided on these little things. Okay, well, you don't like that person because they look different than you. Their hair looks different, their skin tone's different. Get mad about that. Hey, get mad about that because they use different pronouns. Hey, get mad about that because blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, they're not telling you necessarily to get mad about class, because then you will open your eyes and be like, wait, class. Now you may say, well, I'm upper middle class, or I'm middle class, y'all. You guys are in no way in the same level or group. All right. So they're going to be looking at you. Once they bring in class, they're going to be like, wait, class? Wait, how come y'all getting all this stuff and we all the way at the bottom eating your crumbs? Wait, hold on a minute. That's what we need. We need for people to look at the bigger picture. Just educate yourself also. I mean, even if I'm not saying go out there and start marching, just educate yourself on some things, instead of, doing, Snapchats and TikToks or whatever. Try to educate yourself a little bit more on these current subjects that are at hand. Obviously, you have the voting and the local elections and stuff like that. Educate yourself on who these people are. But that's all I have to say in regards to this video. I know it turned into a rant. But until then.